Hello, welcome to another episode. I've got another stringing machine overview for you today. It is my Wilson Baiardo stringing machine, and this is a great machine. I really enjoy using it. It strings incredibly efficiently. It's kind of hard to string on any other machine after you try this. And all of the information about this machine you can find out online, but I'll give a quick overview. I think some of you have seen the overview of my Prince Neos 1000, which is what I use to travel because this machine is really heavy and expensive, and the Prince is much more light, easy to transfer, and I'm not as worried about breaking it because it's much more simple. So I'll just give you a brief overview. We'll start with the startup procedure. There's a button down here. See, it does these checks. Now, when you turn on the stringing machine, you're confronted with two modes: traditional stringing and best, which is biomechanically efficient stringing technology. And I always use best, but we'll just show you traditional stringing. So normal stringing machine, you've got your tension up and down in pounds. You've got your knot button, and you can change how much tension you have on the knot increase. And then that's basically everything. Here you can adjust the height, so raise, lower, switch from kilograms to pounds, turn the noise on and off, and that's that. So if we go back into best, you see new stringer, update stringer, and then a couple of options. Now, I have my initials here. I'm the only person who uses this machine, but the whole point of this machine is it adapts to whoever is using it and whoever strings on it. So you could put in a new person here, and say somebody who is shorter. Now, I'm 6'4", so I'm actually maxed out on the height of the machine. I have it as high as it will possibly go. So I don't know if you can see this, approximately how high off the ground it is, but it really does get up there. As I said, I'm 6'4", and the turntable is about at my hips, so which is where I like it. And then this is in the mounting racket phase, and then when you go to stringing the mains, it raises up just a little bit more because I find it a little bit easier to mount the racket when it's lower. And then when you touch this, the crosses, hopefully you can see this, and it picks up on the camera, but the whole machine starts to tilt towards you, and that's so when you're stringing your crosses, you're not leaning over it too much. And the whole point, all of these settings are completely customizable. So you can change all of the settings, the degree of tilt, how high it is, whether or not it makes a sound, what tension you have on your knots. It's all customizable to how you want it. I know some people who use it, and when I first started using this machine, I didn't have it tilted at all, but once I started to use it with the tilt, it's hard to go back. It's just so much more comfortable on your neck and shoulders. And then again, into these settings, whether or not you want to change tension on your crosses, pre-stretch, speed of pull, which I just have at 100%. Sometimes when you're stringing natural gut, you might want to, or something that's really sensitive, you might want to dial that back, but again, pounds, kilograms, sound, pretty simple. It's super easy to use despite all the features. It's really just a great just a great all-around machine. So I'm going to try to do this one-handed and showing you how you mount a racket on the Baiardo. It's a super quick process. And also, just as a side note, this is my new Babolat Pure Aero Plus. I'm super excited about this racket. I'm going to be stringing it up right now. I'll have a video of myself stringing it for you guys to watch, hopefully up soon. Now, it's kind of hard to do this one-handed, but the way I mount it is just sort of get the centers lined up, and then I probably need to... We've got two wheels down here. One of them controls this middle arm, as you can see, and one of them controls the outside arms that close in on the side of the racket. So, line it up in the middle. Sorry, trying to do this one-handed. I might have to stop the camera to finish it off. All right, the racket is mounted. I just like to give each of these knobs a little bit of a tighten, just so to close these, make sure it's not going to move. Obviously, you don't want to clamp down too hard, but there we go. So we're mounted and we're ready to go. Just another, continuing to overview, these are really nice, high quality clamps, gravity release, meaning that they lock and then like this, it's locked, and then when they come down, they release. Really nice feature, really easy to move, just great, solid clamps, solid base. The whole stringing machine is solid. So those are your clamps. You've got, down here, you've got your lock. It's kind of hard to see to lock the turntable. Don't use that too much. A really nice feature is this friction brake down here, which you flip up and it increases the resistance on the turntable, which is really helpful. When you're stringing the crosses, the racket sometimes wants to spin a little bit against your weaving. So what that friction brake does is it just sort of limits the, it makes it a little bit harder to turn the turntable. It doesn't lock it like the lock does, but it just makes it a little bit stiffer, which can be really helpful. And then when you're stringing, you just wrap the string around here and then put it in the gripper and then hit this and it comes back. And you can actually see there's a nice little LED indicator here to show you as it goes back. And I'm trying to think if I'm missing anything. Just a quick photo of the base, which is metal. This is plastic. This machine is heavy. I think it's like 150 pounds altogether. So moving it isn't too fun, but just a quick little walk around. Got it. A bunch of tool space here and here, and they also, it comes with an optional tool tray down here, but I never really liked it. It sort of got in the way of my string. You can see this is what I use to lubricate the bars for the clamps. Just a tiny amount of it. This stuff is really good. This is the only lubricant I would ever use on any stringing machine. It doesn't get gunky like some lubricants do. And it also has some sort of additive in it that breaks down grease and stuff, so that's really nice. You see my collection of string. And yeah, thank you for watching this overview. Let me know if you have any questions. The prices on these really vary. I paid around $5,000 for it, which was worth it, even though I still think, wow, that was too much money to spend on a stringing machine. But it really, if you're stringing a lot like I do, it really does make your life better. So yeah, thank you for tuning in. Leave a comment if you have any questions, and I'm trying to get better about responding to them. But thank you so much. Bye-bye.